What's up guys, Joey here of Tech, and Realme Philippines has introduced another smartphone under its entry-level C series. You've read the title, I'm talking about the Realme C15. With an affordable price, this one packs a whopping 6000 mAh battery and a total of 5 cameras. So let's see how this phone stacks up, especially in a sea of C series phones that Realme has been churning out lately. So as you can see, the review unit we have came in a custom design package called the PH Squad Edition box. And take note that this limited edition box is only available for its 3GB plus 64GB variant via Lazada Philippines. Now checking out what's inside, we're greeted with a smaller box that contains the manuals and SIM ejector tool. Under that is the phone itself, and below you'll find the charging adapter and micro USB cable. Now holding the device in the hands, it doesn't feel and look like an entry-level device. It feels solid and sturdy when gripped and rests comfortably against the palm. The body has a polycarbonate rear panel that features a textured finish with a diamond-ish design. We're liking this kind of texture to avoid unnecessary fingerprints and smudges. Also at the back you can see its square rear camera module and rear-mounted fingerprint scanner. Up front, the phone has a sizable screen with a mini drop notch at the center top containing its front camera. As usual, we get slim bezels but a pretty thick chin. Located on the left side are the dual nano SIM tray and dedicated microSD card slot, while on the right side sits the power button and volume rocker. There is nothing on top, while at the bottom you can find the loudspeaker, micro USB port, primary microphone, and the 3.5mm headphone jack. Now checking out the display, the Realme C15 is equipped with a 6.5-inch HD Plus mini drop display, protected with Gorilla Glass, and we do get a pre-installed screen protector. The color of the unit we have is called Marine Blue, but there's also a Seagull Gray version available. The color reproduction of the screen is pretty great, colors are rich and vibrant, while viewing angles are decent too. One thing about it though is that the panel doesn't get bright enough as you adjust it, maybe not bright enough for outdoor usage. As for audio, the device has a single downward-firing speaker at the bottom. The audio quality is as good as it gets for an entry-level smartphone with a good balance of highs, mids, and lows. We don't recommend turning up the volume to maximum though, as the output tends to exhibit some form of distortion. But good thing that there's a headphone jack handy if you want better audio quality. Heading over to software, the C15 runs on Android 10 out of the box with Realme UI skinned on top. There's an option in the settings to toggle the home screen app arrangement from the standard to a drawer style one. Memory-wise, the C15 we have packs 3GB of RAM and 64GB internal storage. Expanding the storage is more than welcome as the C15 has its dedicated microSD card slot up to 256GB. Now for performance, the Realme C15 is equipped with a MediaTek Helio G35 chipset paired with a PowerVR GE8320 GPU, 3 or 4GB of RAM, and 64GB internal storage that's expandable as I mentioned earlier. We tried playing graphics-heavy games such as Asphalt 9 and Call of Duty Mobile, and while there were minor hiccups, it certainly wasn't entirely disappointing. Frame drops did happen, particularly when we were playing Asphalt 9, but we somewhat expected that already from an entry-level device. However, when it comes to day-to-day tasks like browsing the web and navigating around social media, the C15 doesn't give too many issues. For some numbers, we'll flash the benchmark scores we got right now. For biometrics and security, the Realme C15 comes with a rear-mounted fingerprint scanner as well as face unlock. Both work pretty fast enough, especially upon lifting the device right in front of your face. However, it can slow down in situations where there isn't much available light. Battery-wise, again we have a huge 6000 mAh battery with 18 watts fast charging that juices up the Realme C15, which is the second time we've seen it in such an affordable phone. The other phone that has this capacity so far in the entry-level segment is the Infinix Hot 9 Play. Anyways, we ran the C15 through our standard video loop test, which entails playing a 1080p movie on loop at 50% volume, 50% brightness in airplane mode, and yielded us a long 25 hours and 30 minutes. Alright, let's talk about cameras. The Realme C15 has a total of 5 cameras. That's a quad setup at the back consisting of a 13MP main, an 8MP ultra-wide, 2MP black and white, and a 2MP retro lens. The fifth camera is in front, which is an 8MP shooter. Checking out the rear camera sample shots, the Realme C15 performs well for daylight shooting. The details are present, colors are punchy and vibrant, especially when the HDR setting is enabled. The 2MP depth sensor also does a decent job, although it can use a little bit more work when it comes to subject background separation. When it comes to low-light photography, the C15 is a little bit disappointing. Details turn out to be muddy and there's a lot of noise, but still usable for social media posts. Now for selfies, they're not bad, but they definitely could be better. Background blur for portrait selfies aren't that perfect, but the background separation is quite nice. Turning the AI beauty mode on, the skin looks pretty natural when it's at the recommended setting. For videos, you can shoot up to 1080p at 30 FPS, and as you can see, video stabilization is not present, so recordings will end up looking shaky. Now before we wrap up, let's talk about price. The Realme C15 is officially priced at 6,490 pesos for the 3 plus 64 gig variant, which is available as a Lazada exclusive, and 6,990 pesos for the 4 plus 64 gigabyte variant, which will be available for both online and offline stores. So for less than 7,000 pesos, comparing it to the Realme C11, which was released a month earlier, the C15 is definitely an upgrade. Has more storage, higher camera resolution, and a very huge 6000 mAh battery with support for 18-watt fast charging. If you're a consumer looking for a decent smartphone for basic tasks and probably for your binge watching days, then we recommend you consider this Realme C15. So that wraps it up for this review, guys. Let us know what you think about the Realme C15 in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this video, please do drop a like, subscribe to our channel for more content, hit the bell icon to see the future uploads, and be sure to visit yugatech.com for the latest tech news and reviews. Again, this has been Joey, and guys, stay hydrated.